MotorAlli, and today we've got an unboxing. Just by the title of the video, you guys know what it is. And if you guys don't know what it is, then read the title again.
Nice.
However, this cheeky man's got a little present inside for us, and my immediate reaction was like some dusty looking big tarantula spider thing. And apparently it begins with an S. So there's only one way to do it, and that's by unboxing it. So yeah, let's get going.
So welcome to another conventional YouTube box. Nah, hold up. What the hell? Wait, zoom into this bit here. I think I found a present. My man literally just taped his hair. What is this crap? Anyway, it's time for the unboxing.
So we've got a KR Illuminations sticker. Big shout out to him. Go to his Instagram and tell him that I sent you to get yourself some nice halos. Poor Royce. Royce. This is gonna look so clean. Got the halos on it as well. This is gonna look so clean for the daytime running lights. Big up KR Illuminations. Hit them up on Instagram and tell them that MotorAlli sent you. This is already just looks so much better. It looks so much better than the bloody SE. Like, jeez, this is gonna be so sick. So let's go get this one, and I'm gonna open this one, and then we can get them installed on the car right now. Let's go. Right, okay, so if you haven't taken off your bumper before, go check out my video above. But to take the bumper off, you've got 2 bolts on the side, about 10 underneath, and 10 on top. But my dusty bumper's only got 1 7mm bolt underneath, and about 10 clips on top. So let's get started. So these are the dusty screw caps that I need to take out. Basically what you get is some flathead, put it in, twist it, and then booyah, take this. You know what? I'll keep you there, lad. Take the driver's side off, and for this we have 4 bolts, and we've got one of them and then this sleeving here. So let's take this off and then get all 4 bolts off. Let's go. This bolt you just taken out, make sure this metal piece comes off these 2 hinges first and then underneath, because this goes over the top of the light. And the last bolt is under here where my finger is. That's where the last bolt is. So to get to this bolt is very difficult because Honda, but basically go and find this wire here, and then you want to go through the loop up at an angle until you clear it. Boom, put your wrench all the way back, and then now you can grab hold of the bolt. And the same with the smaller wrench, through this loop here, put it all the way in, and then boom, up, and then now you can get the bolt. So for the extenders, we've got about the same size as a WD-40 bottle. And now it's time to take off the light.
So we've got the full, we've got the motor, we've got the dipped, we've got the side light, and we've got the indicator down here.
Right, so boom, you've got the new ones and the old ones. These are both the facelift headlights for the Honda Civic EP series. This is for the SE model, and this is for the Sport model. Being both facelift, you might think this is a straight swap. And this is where you're wrong. First of all, the SE model uses a dipped beam of an HB4 light. So this is what it connects to for the dipped beam. However, for the Sport and the Type R model, we have the H1. And as you can see, these both are different connections. And now if you're an electrician, then you know how to do this yourself, but if you're not, and you're following me, don't blame me for any damages your car does, because following me may result in your car going. But apart from that, what we need to do is actually make these two connections fit the positive red wire and the negative black wire. And not only that, this is the side light. The side light powers just the side light. However, on the SC model, the side light's directly underneath the dipped beam, but on the Type R and Sport model, the side light is often a mile away from any other light, which means that this connector here is very short. And now I'm going to get very difficult. The halos are fitted by KR Illuminations. They both have a separate wire at the back, connecting both halos into one complete positive and one complete negative wire. So these wires need to wire up into the side light. And now, if you're like me and you want things to be very difficult for yourself, what I want to do is make the side light just the halos that turn on.
So if we tap into my editing degree, let's make this into an animation. So here's a photo and here's all the different connectors. Now let's line them up to where they relatively are. So what we need to do is cut the dipped beam, change the HP4 to H1 adapters, cut the side lights, move it to where it needs to go, and then use T-tap connectors and solder points to connect the side lights to the dipped, and then make the halo connect into where the existing side lights were. However, I've got Halford Specials T-taps, and I've only got terminal blocks instead of the soldering. Right, boom, so it's time to make the dodgy connections. First of all, we need to connect the H1 bulb to two female spade connectors. Take the pliers or something and just widen out the connection so they can actually fit over the H1 bulb.
We should be able to put it on like that, and just try and slide it in as far as we can, and boom, that's one done right there.
And now we do the other one. Exact same process, just widen it with the pliers, and boom, just like that. So the next thing to do is actually wire strip the blue and the red wires and then crimp it down inside both of the connectors. We're using the blue wire for the negative and I'm using the red wire for the positive. Next thing's next, we can just tighten up the connection of the female spade connectors by putting it back onto H1 and just tightening it down. And finally, the next thing is get some heat shrink wrap and just slide it over the top and then heat it up with a hairdryer, a lighter, or something like that. So it shrinks onto the connector, making it a secure fit. And boom, this is what it should look like at the end. So the first thing to do is to cut the connectors off, but make sure you leave a little room when you cut off the side connector, so you can wire strip it later. Right, so boom, so the first thing to do is actually sort out the H1 adapter problem. We're going to wire strip all 4 wires and then put the wires from the wiring loom into a terminal block.
No way. No, that just doesn't make sense.
So now we put the Halford's cable connector special on the red wire and the other wire. So we wire strip the additional wires, and we also do the side light connector. And I put the side light connector into the terminal and connect it up with the dipped.
And now for the test. So for my calculations, the facelift LED doesn't work in the side or the side light. So if I take this side light now and I'm going to put it back into the old one, I do know for a fact that this side light does work. Oh yeah, it does work. It does work.
Right, so we've got that working, and now it's time to hook up the halo lights. The halo lights will be attached to another separate wire through the terminal block, and then attached via another terminal block to the actual side light wiring harness. And now it's time to plug everything in and test it and wire it up, baby. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Now I know why I don't have any followers.
To work so far. I need to tighten up the terminal blocks and then tape everything up with electrical tape so it's a bit more waterproof and yeah. However, I'm not going to put the new light on the passenger side because I actually need to open it, and if I'm going to open it, you know what it is, MotorAlli how-to video, straight to the point. Right, so thank you guys for watching. This has been MotorAlli, and yeah, basically if you're an electrician you can do this yourself a lot better than I can, and I'll see you guys in another one. What?